Hey Alpha fam, let's do a quick market update. Before we begin, I do want to say that nothing in this video is financial advice. This is just my own analysis on the market. Everything in this video is for educational purposes only. And also, if you're new to this channel, if you can please like, comment, and subscribe, we really do appreciate all of the support. Now let's get in the market, guys. So I know a lot of people are starting to see the recovery that Bitcoin's making. Looks like we're starting to create this base down here after we were able to move up from this zone. And you can see how this was like resistance and now it's turned into support. That's one thing about crypto. It's really good about flipping resistance into support. So we are currently waiting for unemployment claims to come out. Again, guys, this data and the reason why unemployment claims is so relevant and why people focus on these things is because interest rates. The way the Fed cuts rates is they need to see unemployment going up and they want to see inflation cooling as close to their 2% mandate as possible. A couple of FOMC meetings ago, they finally decided to change being so restrictive on that 2% goal because basically we weren't getting close enough to it. And you were seeing on like Trueflation, we were hovering between like 2 and 2.5% inflation. So the Fed's seen that and finally pivoted and made something that was a little bit more reasonable. And now, with that being said, we are starting to get a concession of rate cuts. This market's become infatuated with them, guys. It's just a fact. You can look on things like Polymarket and you can pull up your chart and you can literally see how the market went down when this went down and then it went up when this went up. It's crazy. And with that being said, guys, hopefully we can actually see unemployment get launched or released right, because you can see how these data points can affect the market, guys. They can. And the reason why is because, again, everybody's so infatuated with these rate cuts. It's become a little bit concerning, guys. So let's see what we got here. Durable goods, it looks like it went up. That looks good. Let's see the reaction, guys. You can see reactions on these markets. Let's see. 33. This came out. Durable goods month over month. Forecasted actual. That was came out right what it needed to. Doesn't look like we're getting that big of a reaction. Oh, unemployment claims previous. Forecasted. It did go down just a little bit actually. So you can see, but it didn't go down that much. But these things can have negative effects in the market, guys. You can see quick wicks down for sometimes of these things. And also, market makers will use it as an excuse to flush out some of the leverage that's been kind of accumulating in the market over the last couple of weeks. So always kind of keep that in the back of your mind, guys. If you are playing with leverage, you have to be very, very careful because it's a very difficult game to try to play because of the way that this market's structured. And I always, tell people to hesitate caution when doing that. But regardless, guys, I think I'll show you some stuff that looks insanely bullish to me. This is the NASDAQ. You can see basically how it was like rejecting from this zone right here. And you see how it broke above it. And then let me make this a little bit clearer for you guys. This is the 50-day EMA. I'm gonna make it in red so you guys can see it. Let me pop it out a little bit. And you can see how we used this as support, sucked up that liquidity, and straight bounced out of this zone. Super bullish, guys. It looks super good. And then you also have the S&P 500 well above the 50-day. Guys, that's what we're looking for. As long as these things are in a continued uptrend, I think Bitcoin's naturally going to continue to follow behind the traditional markets, guys. I think as long as TradFi is going to continue to move up, Bitcoin will continue to follow along with it because they've become so correlated. And I think that you're seeing right now, the two big differences between this market is guys that are looking at crypto as the 4-year cycle asset, and they're basically trying to use the 13, 17, and 21 cycle for this one. And then you have the liquidity cyclists, which are the guys like Raoul Paul, even myself, that don't believe that the 4-year cycle has a big enough impact in crypto no more due to the different factors that we have now. All right, market structure is totally different. The different type of players that are involved now. This is not a retail driven market, it's an institutional driven market, and people have to understand that. I feel like comparing those cycles to now is like comparing apples and oranges. With that being said, guys, I'm hoping we see a continuation. It wasn't unusual to see because a lot of these projects had such a big day yesterday and the last couple of days to see a little red today. But again, markets don't close until 8 o'clock. A lot can change today, guys. I'm telling you, these markets can move fast, and I think people are starting to see that. One thing we want to be cautious on, though, is we don't want to get faked out thinking we're just going to, magically float back up and we're not going to have any problems. You also don't want to have it where we come up to this zone where Bitcoin tries to make one more push and then falls over, all right? And then decides it wants to drop down to its next level. And obviously that's not what anybody wants to happen, but this is a realistic probability based upon some of the different metrics. One thing I do like is that we're not seeing the amount of sell pressure that we were seeing prior from the different institutions in Wales. That seems to have definitely slowed down. We also have on-chain data that's showing Wales are longing the market, and it's showing that short-term sellers or short-term holders are the ones that have been selling recently, which is usually a pretty good indication because smart money usually gets it right. So with that being said, guys, watching things very closely. If you're new to this channel, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. I do a market update every single day to keep you guys knowing what's going on in the market and just giving you my own analysis and my own 2 cents. I've been in crypto for a long time, guys. I'm also an expert inside of Capital Club, which is Luke Belmar's community. I host the bi-weekly crypto talks in there. And guys, I've been doing this a long time and I'm just trying to help as many people as I possibly can. So if you feel like you're lost in this market and you've got no idea what to do, where to go, how to learn, click the link below, guys. We'll see you inside.